Welcome into Drums by Liz. Welcome into Drums by Liz. Hey, that was a lot of goofing around with like a little funky Swiss triplet. Is there such a thing? We're using a Swiss triplet type sticking when we get into the last two beats of that little funky little phrase I'm playing, okay? The first part is kind of beat oriented. So 1 and 2 and I'm pulling off on the of 2 and doing a nice little hi-hat opening there, okay? So it's just right, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. Now, you have the option at the end there. You could do on your double right at the end, 2E and you could have both bass notes in there. But I kind of find it that it works nice with just the in there. It's a little funkier. I'll play it both ways. You can maybe hear the difference, okay? I'll play it with it for a full measure and then without it for a full measure, okay? So that would be like the first measure if we played it like that, putting all of that in. If we leave it off now, one of the bass notes. You know, and it works for us, okay, with having that last note like that, okay? All right, so enough on that detail. Let's take a look at the end part then, okay? So you've got that's funky in itself. You're coming off on the E of 3. So you have to break on beat 3. Wait for the E. So you'll be playing 1 E and 2 E and 4 E and E and 4 E and So it's a Swiss triplet, left leads, 3 in a row, or I should say 2, and then the start point of the third one. Okay, so E and okay? Now, I was playing with it and maybe throwing it to different spots, okay? Start easy. Maybe take just the last note. See if you can come over to your floor tom. So, and something like that. So, 1 and 2 okay, and I put the bass drum in a little different. So you could hear that, okay? I did and the first time I just did the okay? So yes, maybe we could do that, get comfortable with that. Maybe you could then split out your hands, come over to the hi-hat for that last note. And that always sounds nice too, okay? We can also end it right on the and. Okay. All right. So then what else can we do with this? We can start maybe floating the left a little bit. Okay. You do something like that where we stay right up there. 4 E and 4 E and and 4 E and So you've got that one we can work with. Or what would happen if we did, we'll pull back. So, that's kind of nice. I really kind of like that one, okay? So, because is you want to get used to doing stuff like that. You want to be able to, what I call pushes and pulls. Okay, this would be like a pull. So that's just your Swiss triplet and you're pulling back. Okay, so forehand, left, right, forehand, left, right, or do it on the right. Right, so. Now, of course, we're switching our sticking, so then it's left, left, right, left, left, right, 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 left, right, left. So we're just switching to either right or left lead Swiss triplets there. Okay, so you've got that, and you got a lot of options for yourself. Now, I wrote a little snare thing here, too. And actually, you know what? I'll just show the whole piece of music here so you can play with it. Because I also have a different beginning part, okay? As you notice, the groove up top is slightly different than what I was playing, okay? And we can interject that, too. Let's look at, is that it? Yeah, that's proper. Let's look at that snare thing at the top there. This is what happens to me when I write music. I start with one idea. Before you know it, the sheet's filled, and oh, where am I going to go with the last exercise? We got to flip it. Okay, so now that little exercise, what are we doing there? So we're taking the last 2 beats of the fill-in type of thing, but then I'm going to go back and forth, and you can make a little exercise out of it. It's similar to what I was just doing, but it'll be more in the context of the funky little Swiss triplet idea here. Okay, so 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, put some feet with it. So kind of think, okay, now the feet started by itself. 1 E and a 2 E and a right, it's a nice little exercise. It balances us out, right? We want to be able to do it both of those ways. And then what I was saying before, like pushes and pulls, you know. Or, right? So just, you know, try to move your hands in every way possible, pulling back to the snare, going to the side, back and forth. So kind of think horizontal and lateral, okay? Okay, or I should say longitudinal and latitudinal, okay? Side to side or up and down, okay? All right, so we'll get it right. But, you know, playing with this, it has lots of opportunity, okay? Now that beginning part up here, maybe I'll just show you how that part goes, okay? So what is that? I just changed that beginning part. So I'm not going to go 1 and 2 and kind of like we were before, just slightly different. Different sticking pattern, different bass pattern. 1 and a 2 and a. So right, left, left, right, right, left, left, right. So so you can use that. So do you like, or do you like, right? You know, they're kind of similar there. They're both funky, okay? You know, so use them to your advantage. What I would do and what I make students then do, 1 time through the first groove, 1 time through the second groove, combo those, okay? You know, so that you can do these shifts on the fly. Right? You know, because music doesn't always stay the same, you know, forever. And you know what? We try to build our skill, right? This is the whole idea. You know, get ourselves so coordinated that if somebody hands you a chart, hey, I need you to sub in for my drummer tonight, you know, or you need to learn something. It'll be easy then for you because you have such a great foundation that you've been building. Okay, everybody, best wishes for a great week ahead, okay? Thank you so much for all the support. The like, the shares, the subs, all greatly appreciated. And let's hope that we can keep rocking forward, okay? 2026 is almost here. Okay, everybody, have a great week ahead.